So what hikmah in that aspect? The Quran called the prophetic teaching is hikmah. Allah sent the Prophet, saying the Quran, Allah is the one who sent to the Ummiyin. Ummiyin means the illiterate people, because Arabian people at the time did not have any institution of education, not even have like what now called in modern life to be like a life recognized by central authority. Mean minister, state, and university didn't have any of that. Used to be a tribes fighting each other over a camel for 50 years or 60 years or 100 years. Their ego is very important for them. That's why, to prevent their ego to be insulted, they might bury their daughter alive, thinking that if their daughter survives, it might be kidnapped or attacked by other tribe and humiliated, and that will bring humiliation for the rest of their own tribe. So to prevent that, they would rather kill their daughter alive, bury her alive, rather than be humiliated by other tribe. You see how naive they were. At the same time, their dignity for them is very important. They have the courage, shaja'a, they were known for. They have generosity, they were known for. They have eloquency, they have good quality as well. So Allah said He's the one who sent to the Ummiyin messenger from among them to teach them, to recite for them, يَتْلُ عَلَيْهِمْ the kitab, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala holy books. وَيُعَلِّمُهُمْ الْكِتَابِ on top of that, to keep them the knowledge of the book. After that, يُزَكِّيهِمْ, purify them and give them wisdom. So wisdom means the prophetic way. So when Allah wants goodness for you, Allah gives you the understanding of the prophetic way, which is based on what? Tolerance, understanding, peaceful narration. You can say, Yarham, with put sukoon on the mean, that means the condition answer. I mean, if you show rahmah Allah on the earth, Yarhamhum, Yarhamkum, man fi sama, the condition of that will be the one who is in heaven, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, will show you His rahmah, His mercy. Or you can say it in rafi' case, Yarhamu man fil ard, Yarhamukumu. Mean you put dhamma on the mean, mean if you do that, the one in His heaven will give you, always show you His rahmah. So inshallah, make that your goal in life, brother and sister. Make that your lifestyle. Make that when you study, when you read, you become a doctor, show mercy on people when you practice medicine. You become an accountant, show mercy on your behavior and manner. When you become a teacher, when you become whatever you do in this life, with your family, with your spouse, with your children, with your neighbor, with your fellow student here, to show the act of rahmah and mercy and compassion is obligation, is part of your religion. Unless we behave like that, I think we don't understand and reflect properly on the tragedy of 9/11, September the 11th. Allah forbid from anything to happen like that anywhere on the earth, anywhere, to anybody, because the act of aggression, the act of attacking civilian people is unethical, illegal, and Islamic behavior, no matter what. It cannot be justified by wrong fatwa, cannot be justified by so-called scholar, cannot be justified by a doctor or engineer positioning themselves as a scholar and giving fatwa, cannot be justified by people who never sat at the feet of the scholar to learn compassion and rahmah and mercy to other people. It cannot be justified by people who want to promote their own political agenda, or they want to fight for their own glory rather than the glory of the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So be aware of that, inshallah. And in the remaining time, if you have any question, any comment, any concern about the religion, certain topic like, whatever in your mind, inshallah, feel free to ask and to share your comment. May Allah bless you. Thank you for inviting me here, inshallah. I hope all of us in conclusion, we focus and we establish on the act of birr, righteousness, good behavior, good manner to ourselves, to our neighbor, to our fellow student, and to our city, to our country, to the globe itself, to the universe, because that is the message of Al-Islam as I understand it from my teacher from childhood. May Allah bless you all and make us among those early who understand the act of Rahmah, and we practice inshallah Rahmah, mercy with everybody. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I wasn't here earlier. I'm not sure what you talked about, but I mean the fatwa that the people
use for what?
You know, to advocate aggression towards non-Muslims or killing people.
Well, we were saying is any fatwa, any decision. By the way, a fatwa even might be called fatwa in religious, like opinion or legal issue. Nowadays, a lot of people are not qualified. You see, to give fatwa, they give fatwa. And that would be equivalent, a person never studied medicine, just by reading few books of medicine on his own, Alraey is trying to make a decision about a surgery or procedure or pathology or all of that, you see. So first of all, we need to know the fatwa, from where the fatwa came, see? From qualified person or not. And after that, we look at the fatwa. A fatwa that permit Muslim to kill people is wrong from like 100 aspects. See? So such a fatwa is wrong, it's wrong, and cannot be really used to be really valid in any aspect, you see. Because the majority of the Muslim opinion scholars that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say you have to show rahmah and compassion, and there's no compassion in the religion. See, especially with those who are innocent, especially with those who are living with you peacefully, especially with those who you share business and school and food and neighborhood, you see. What kind of religion, for example, will allow their follower to do such an act, you see? If that Islam, I mean, we need to question, I know I believe in opposite of that, but this cannot be really a religion coming from God who called himself As-Salam, Al-Mu'min, you see, no way. So we know that such a fatwa is really wrong, regardless from where it came from. Is that clear?
Well, I mean, there's been issues with the fatwa itself. It's a misprint.
Is what?
It's a misprint. But one of the...
Again, any fatwa that permit killing innocent people is a wrong fatwa. It's very clear. Alhamdulillah. Any other question or comment, or you like to come and share something, your own experience, or maybe you like to say something to us? Come, brother. What? Yeah, come, brother.
We can hear you guys.
It's a reflection, you see. 10 years on, so how old were you by then? What's happened, you see? And give me a chance to drink, We didn't have much time, just
Alright. Assalamualaikum, my name is Rahad. I'm assistant VP for MSA. But when 9/11 hit, I was about 13, I think, and yeah, I was about 13. And I was in school actually, and my guidance counselor comes in and he's like, there was an attack on Lower Manhattan, and then my dad comes and picks me up, and surprisingly my dad's like, oh yeah, they just blew up all of Lower Manhattan, and my mind is like, I was thinking oh crap, maybe it was Saddam. First thing that just hit my mind, Saddam Hussein doesn't like us, maybe it's him, he probably just attacked us, for no reason. But later on in nerd, I learned that it was they were like right away, immediately when I turned on TV, it was basically the next day on the news, it was just like right away it was 11 Muslim guys. But other than that, my experiences through 9/11 it was pretty tough for me going through school. I did have problems, I'm not gonna lie. I did have kids wanting to jump me. I was about to get into a fight with a couple of kids. One of the things that affected me the most, I think, was my sister was walking home, and before that, my sister decided to wear the hijab probably 5 days before 9/11. That was her choice, and she was walking home, and some guy tried to literally just almost ran her over a car. Thank Allah that nothing happened to her. It was probably an inch away, but nothing happened to her. And so that was just one of the scary feelings. And after that, I was just really upset with the environment around me. I was upset that kids didn't understand my religion. I was being picked on. I didn't like the environment that I was in. What else? But other than that, I think it got me more closer to Islam. Like I started going to that probably a year before that. I started going to the masjid a lot, and I didn't understand. There was something. I wasn't religious or anything, but I didn't pray or anything. But something inside of me that just knew something was right. It took me about probably 4 years to figure out that what the religion was, and after after I came to college, understand because I just literally just found MSA, and I found basically kids that were like me, and I just figured that there has to be something about the religion that's so serious because I see other kids doing it. So that was basically my experience. I'm still upset today about the whole 9/11 thing because I had to go through hardships, and it still affects me today because being a Muslim in America, it wasn't easy, and I still sometimes feel like it's not easy today because sometimes arguments even in classes, in our college classes, arguments come up and kids say the most random things, and you just have to deal with in time, you just have to learn to deal with it, and sometimes you may speak up, or sometimes you're gonna correct them on the religious things, but just gotta keep it in yourself.
Actually, may Allah bless you for that and make your experience will be inshallah fruitful. That's why really it's maybe in our time, our challenge really right now as a young people in college and maybe 10 years ago really to show the rest of the world really what Islam is all about, honestly.